I also wanted to ask you about President Trump's nomination of David Bernhardt, a former energy industry lobbyist, to be the Interior Department's next secretary. He would replace Ryan Zinke, who stepped down amid ethics scandals. What would Bernhardt's likely confirmation mean for California?
Well, I think it would be a disaster for California. I think it would be a disaster for people around the country and around the world who care about the environment. This is a president, of course, who campaigned on draining the swamp. And if you look at the Department of Interior, it's hard to find a bigger swamp than at the Department of Interior, where Ryan Zinke, as you point out, was enmeshed in all kinds of ethical scandals. And now his deputy, who they're seeking to elevate to be the new secretary, is a former lobbyist for the oil and gas industry. He will continue and be in a more powerful position to push for offshore drilling off the shore of California as well as elsewhere, to minimize and dumb down safety standards on drilling, to sell off public lands and open them up to greater mining operations that will pollute the air and pollute the water.
I also wanted to touch on the Green New Deal that was announced this week by liberal Democrats. There is a very sweeping resolution, and one of the most sweeping elements is that it's calling for the U.S. to convert to 100% clean, renewable energy sources by 2030. About 60 Democrats, both in the House and Senate, have signed on to this. Where do you stand on that bill?
Well, I've signed on the bill as well, and I think it makes a powerful statement about where we ought to be moving as a country to wean ourselves off of fossil fuels and invest dramatically in renewable energy. We are all too aware that we may be approaching, and faster than we originally thought, this tipping point where it may be too late to deal with the problems of climate change. And so there's a real sense of urgency among Democrats that's reflected in this Green New Deal. And you can see the contrast between the parties in the Green New Deal, which is, a very aggressive effort to move ourselves in the direction of renewable energy, and a GOP, which is ready to confirm an oil and gas lobbyist. So in this area, more than perhaps any other, can you see the difference between the parties?
All right, Congressman Adam Schiff, we thank you for your time.
Thank you.